Alright, I apologize for not being in the video. My wife's out doing her school bus route. Work for the logging industry, so we get off early on Friday a little bit, so I can get home before she do. But touching up one of my family members' driveways here. It's a good time doing another video. A little different camera angle this time. I don't have no footage of over here with it running, but you'll be able to see. That's a pretty good job. See a question come pop up again last night about the IH mount blade that goes on here. They're really expensive. They're hard to find. When you do find them, they're outrageously, crazily expensive most of the time when they're complete. Once again, 3-point hitch, road blade. Unbolted it off of the hitch. Put 2 cultivator pins on it. Put 2 toolbar. This work on the Super 8. It should work on the Cub too. The Cub should have the same framing. It should work on the Cub, the Super 8, 100, 130, and 140. I have no videos of it on the Super 8, but I use this up to this year on the Super 8 last few years. But you like me, you ain't got the money to go out and spend all this time and money buying the IH blade. I would love to have the IH blade, but they're hard to find, and when you do find, you got to drive hours and hours, and then they're really expensive. But if you got a 3-point hitch one laying around, you can pick them up really cheaply too. But you got one of them laying around, it don't take much effort at all to mount this under here. A lot of people be asking about these about a belly blade. I like it because you can see what you do. I'll explain something else to you why. One more time. Somebody just tuning in on this. I got other videos on this blade. You got some down pressure here on these spring arms. The spring is your down pressure. I mean, it ain't a lot, but it's more than you got on a 3-point hitch. And 3-point hitch, you only have the weight on a normal 3-point hitch. You just have the weight of the implement or the blade pushing down. You don't have no down pressure. You do got a little bit of down pressure. You can take them arms out and put a solid piece steel in. I recommend you not do that because putting everything in all these old arms and too much of a bind. I recommend you not do that. And that you can see what you're doing versus behind you. Your down pressure here and you can see what you're doing. Most of your farm malls, you can put down pressure on the rear also. Most of your offset farm malls, you can put down pressure on your rear. But I'm gonna do a video. I got a different camera angle. I'm gonna try to get this perfect where you can kind of had a kind of weird angle last time. Yeah, we're gonna try that. I'll keep yakking while I'm doing this here. On the other end of his driveway, it's kind of it might be bouncing with that mount stretched all the way out like that. I'm not sure. It does a pretty good job. This one pass I made on this too. They help a lot if you spray your grass in the driveway and kill it too. That'll help you a lot. Getting your gravel back to the top. Try to do these twice a year. Because what happens if you don't? Driving on it every day, it'll get so compacted you can't work the gravel back up to the top. That pulls most of the grass out. Like down on this end, it's really hard. It'll work it up. You do multiple passes on it. It'll work the gravel. It'll work the gravel up. Keep the driveway looking new. Keep the gravel worked up so it don't get too compacted. It might not look like it's doing much at first, but the more you work it, the more gravel will come to the top. Make a pass up and a pass back, and then I'll conclude the video. Oh, that's just grass I done worked up there. I'll spread that grass back out and I go back down through there. But he ain't got no mud holes under his driveway. He just keep the grass pulled there, keep it getting too compacted. Said those belly mount blades, they can get really expensive quick. Hard to find one complete. I've looked at them, and even if you find one, it's hard. It's hard to find one for a 140 or a Super 8. Like to me, they're more popular with the Cub, and the Cub won't work. The rear end spacing on the Cub is wider. The reason I know that because I got a drawbar for a Cub that won't fit the 8 or the 140. It's got a wider rear end. The tire, the rear end housing is wider in the rear. That's where it mounts to. Apologize if it's a little, the mount's a little shaky. So I got it stretched out there in front of the blade. Well, I'm a fool with this too. We got a shower of rain on it. Ain't nothing but a dust cloud. The more you work it, the more grass you get out, and the more gravel you pull up. Probably ain't got 50 bucks tied up in that blade, if that. Had a bunch of these old 3-point hitch straight blades laying around. Stop right here. Y'all kind of get the idea, see what it's doing. I may wait till after it get some rain on it, but I'm gonna get the idea. Phone's full of dust. The screen, but you see the screen, so much dust on it. Anyway, y'all get the idea of it. And so I come back after I'm done on the last pass, and I just real slightly just skim that out. Further that you won't see them lines in there. And it'll pull a full blade too, all the way to the tires. It'll push a full blade. The Super A will push a full blade. It's a lot of dust. And you can angle this blade. If you want it heavy on one side, you can knock it down further, make it heavier. You can angle it. You want to. You can kick it back, kick this side forward, and kick that side back if you want to angle it. I just got it straight for these flat driveways. We got plenty of slope here. We don't have no problem with water puddling. Yeah, it's one pass. I mean, the more you work it, the more grass you'll pull out, the more rock you'll pull up. If you don't do this once a year or so, it'll get to the point you can't do nothing with it. Anyway, that's 140 farmall homemade belly blade off a 3-point hitch. James with more farmalls. Like and subscribe if you like my content.